I've been away from home for a few days and I've missed my Murdoku puzzles, so let's go solve one together now. Today we're going to do puzzle 69, Bank Vault. We have a special note here that says there was no empty room in the puzzle, and this is our grid for today. As usual, I've gone ahead and X'd off in pen any of the non-playable areas in the puzzle. So without further ado, let's get started. We're going to start with Aaron today. His clue says he was the only person sitting in a chair. And we're going to go ahead and pencil Aaron into all of the chair spots for now. Bastian's clue says he was in the restroom. This is the restroom here. Now Aaron is the only person in the puzzle who can be sitting on a chair. So we are going to pencil Bastian into this space and the 3 carpet spaces only. Let's go down to Hartley's clue. It says he was the only person in front of a window. So we are going to pencil Hartley into these 4 spaces. If we now read Elizabeth's clue, it says another suspect was beside a TV in her room. Now, remembering there was no empty room in this puzzle, we have TVs in both the staff room and the entrance. Looking at columns 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the puzzle, we have 3 rooms. We know that Elizabeth and one other person are going to be together in either the staff room or the entrance. Because there's no empty room, that means there's going to be one person in the unoccupied other room with the TV. And then we know that we have Bastian in the restroom. That means we have 4 suspects who are going to take up 1 column each from columns 1 to 4. If 2 people are in either the staff room or entrance and 1 person in the opposite room, that means Bastian must be alone in the restroom. We already have 4 people within these 4 columns, so nobody else can be in the restroom with Bastian. So we're going to go ahead and take Aaron out of the bathroom spots. And we're going to X off the chairs because Aaron is the only person in a chair in the puzzle. Let's see if we can figure out now who could potentially be beside a TV in the same room as Elizabeth. We know that Hartley is in front of a window, and there are no windows in the staff room or entrance, so it's not Hatley. Gavin was beside a table, and again, no tables in the staff room or entrance, so it's not Gavin. Ferdinand's clue says he was alone, so he is not going to be with Elizabeth. Dina's clue says she was in the vault or in the hallway, therefore she could not be in the staff room or the entrance, and she is not alone with Elizabeth. Bastian, we know, is in the restroom alone, so it's not him, which means we have Aaron and Celia left. Aaron, we know, was sitting in a chair, and Celia was alone in a room with a woman who was on a carpet. In the staff room, we do have a chair beside the TV here where Aaron could be. If Elizabeth and Celia were in the entrance together, Celia would need to be beside the TV and Elizabeth would need to be on a carpet space, which means columns 1 and 2 would be X'd off. And that means there's no space left in the staff room for Aaron to be in a chair. So having Elizabeth and Celia in the entrance does not work, which means the only other plausible solution is that Elizabeth is alone in the staff room with Aaron. Aaron can be in the chair space beside the TV, and then that still leaves multiple spaces in the staff room for Elizabeth to be, and a space in the entrance for a person to be in that room. So we are going to lock Aaron into this chair space right here. Now that we've locked Aaron into his spot, we know that he was the only person sitting in a chair in the puzzle, so we're going to X off all of the remaining chair spots. No one else can be in those spaces. You can now see that Bastian is isolated to one of these 2 spots within column 3, so we can X out the rest of the column. It is reserved for Bastian. If we look at Gavin next, his clue said he was beside a table. We have a table still in the office and in the hallway, so we're going to pencil Gavin in beside those tables in any available spots. We are not going to pencil Gavin into this space here because although it's beside a table, we know that Hartley is the only person in front of a window, so Gavin cannot be here. Going back to Celia's clue, we know that she's alone in a room with a woman who is on a carpet. Elizabeth has already been isolated to the staff room with Aaron, which means Dina is the only other woman who could be alone with Celia. Dina's clue says she was in the vault or in the hallway. We know from Celia's clue that Dina then must be on a carpet spot in either the vault or the hallway, so we're going to pencil Dina into this space and these 3 spaces here. Moving on to Ferdinand, his clue says he was alone, he was east of Aaron. We know that there are no empty rooms in this puzzle. We have 6 rooms, and so far we know that 2 people are together in the staff room, and Celia and Dina are going to be together in either the vault or the hallway. That means for the remaining 4 rooms, each room must hold only 1 person. So where can Ferdinand possibly be alone? We know that Hartley has to be either in the office or the hallway, and therefore Gavin is going to be in the opposite room of where Hartley is because of where the tables are. And we know we have Celia and Dina together in one of these rooms as well. The restroom is already taken and the staff room is already taken. That means the only place where Ferdinand could be alone is in the entrance. So we are going to pencil Ferdinand into all of these open spaces for now. Stepping back just for a second, when we were looking at our rooms, I mentioned that Hartley has to be in either the office or the hallway, and Gavin has to be in the opposite room of Hartley because of the location of the windows and the table. If we know that H and G are going to be in the office and hallway in some setup, that means the only place where Celia and Dina can be together is in the vault. We know from Celia's clue that the woman with her has to be on a carpet space, so we are going to lock Dina into this space here. We can see now that this has isolated Bastian to this space here in the restroom, so we are going to lock him in there. We can also see now that Hartley is isolated to one of 2 spaces within this column, so we are going to X out the rest of the column. This is going to be reserved for Hartley. That means we have 1 space left in the vault where we are going to put Celia, since we know that Celia and Dina are together in this room. This has isolated Gavin to this spot here in the hallway. And that in turn has isolated Ferdinand to this space here in the entrance. Now we can lock Hartley into this space here in the office. And now we can put Elizabeth into this space here in the staff room to be with Aaron. That should leave 1 open space for our victim, Vittorio, right here. And that means the murderer today is Gavin. Let's check if we're right. And just like we said, it was Gavin. Don't forget to let me know in the comments which Murdoku puzzle you'd like us to solve together next. Thanks, guys.